Okay, I think at this point it's okay to get started. Again, welcome everyone. Today's webinar will feature best practices for Liferay migrations and upgrades, specifically to Liferay 6.2. Thank you for joining us. It's great to have you all with us this afternoon. I'm Lori Blanford. I'm the Marketing Manager here at Dun Solutions Group, and today's presenter is Ia Yang, and he is a Senior Liferay Consultant on the Dun Solutions Application Development Team. Our presentation will be recorded this afternoon and available for you to share with colleagues unable to attend, and we'll follow up with that recording sometime next week. The GoToWebinar toolbar does have a Q&A panel, and you're welcome to submit any questions you may have there throughout the presentation. Depending on time and the complexity of the question, it may either answer them at the end of the presentation or follow up via email. However, whatever ends up happening, we do encourage you to submit any questions you do have. Okay, so I'm going to get started with a very brief overview of Dun Solutions Group, and then I'll hand it over to Ia for the presentation. Founded over 25 years ago, Dun Solutions Group is a full-service information technology consulting firm. We design, develop, and deliver a wide range of solutions using a variety of advanced technologies, and we deliver solutions worldwide through offices in Chicago, Minneapolis, Raleigh, and Bangalore, India. Our practices fall into three areas: application development solutions, which includes custom application development, mobile application development, e-commerce, portals, and web design; business intelligence solutions, which include end-to-end BI solutions, dashboards, reporting and analytics, mobility, and other advanced BI capabilities; and package solutions, and these are software or services offerings for specific vertical market or unique needs. In addition, we do offer training. We are a certified private Liferay training partner should you or anyone in your organization need Liferay training, and we can do that on-site or virtually. Our clients include some of the biggest names in American business, including many mid-market companies, as well as a large number of nonprofits and government entities, and you'll see many of those customers listed here. To offer our clients the most advanced solutions possible, we maintain close partnerships with industry-leading technology companies, including Microsoft, IBM, SAP, and Liferay. And we are a Platinum Liferay partner. As I mentioned earlier, we are also a certified Liferay training partner. And our Liferay services include things such as architecture, responsive theme development, custom portlet development, system integration, performance tuning, complete portal development projects, and private training. Okay, so at this point, I am going to turn it over to Ia. He'll review today's agenda and go into the presentation. So again, thank you for having us with us and having you with us, being with us. And Ia, it's all yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Lori. Hey, good afternoon. Thank you for attending this webinar. And today's agenda, I'll be talking about why do we want to upgrade to a newer version of Liferay, and go through the upgrade process with you and some general guidelines. And we also want to talk about upgrading our custom plugins, and at the end, migration to Alloy UI 2.0. So let's get started. So why do we want to upgrade to Liferay 6.2? There's many new features introduced in Liferay 6.2, such as it is optimized for mobile devices, it's out-of-the-box responsive, meaning the site looks good on the mobile devices such as an iPad and iPhone. It uses 3D Bootstrap, and it introduces the feature called Portal Sandboxing, which allows you to run like some resource-intensive plugins on using a different JVM. So it also has improved web content management. Web contents, you can now organize them in folders. You can also have a recycle bin for you to delete web contents and then restore them later on if you change your mind. There's also something called the application display templates, which allows you to throw in a different look and feel on an out-of-the-box portlet, such as a publisher. Previously, this is something that requires a Liferay hook. Other features such as inline block editing, and many improvements on staging, and it also has enhanced performance and stability and many more. So you probably want to upgrade to Liferay 6.2. In addition to this, if you're EE customer with Liferay, Liferay has this end of service life policy, and let's take Liferay 6.1 as an example. It is offered for sale for 2 years, and from the date it is first offered for sale, Liferay provides premium support for 4 years, and then 3 years of limited support. So if you look at the chart at the bottom, for Liferay 6.0 EE, it will reach the end of premium support in September this year, and then 3 years later, the limited support will also end. So if you are on Liferay 6.0, you probably want to consider upgrade to a newer version of Liferay, so that you'll continue to get the best support possible. If you're on 6.1, the premium support won't end until 2016, so you still have some time. But you can now it's probably the best time to look into upgrade options. So let's continue on. And to upgrade a Liferay portal, there's really 2 parts to this. First is the database upgrade, and second is the plugin upgrades. That is your custom build plugins, or as well as the plugins that you downloaded from Liferay's marketplace. So previously, if you want to upgrade Liferay's database, you have to look at what version that you're on currently and what version that you're upgrading to, and figure out what the upgrade path that you have to take. And then you will specify that in portal.exe properties. But starting with Liferay 6.1, Liferay introduced the seamless upgrade feature, which means you're simply going to point your Liferay, your latest version of Liferay to the database of the older version, and Liferay will automatically detect the appropriate upgrade path. So you no longer need to figure out the upgrade process that you have to execute, because that is automatically figured out for you. And starting with Liferay 6.1 SP2, the upgrades can be done over several major releases at once. That means I can upgrade from 6.0 to 6.2 directly. And there are some preparation tasks that you want to do before you attempt an upgrade. First, you will want to take a look at your portal systems, making sure that you're familiar with the current setup and that things are working as they should. And you may also want to start from your production data. Take a database dump of your production environment, and so that you get the production data, and use that to start your upgrade process, so that this will minimize any surprises when it is time to perform the upgrade on your production environment. You want to back up often at different steps of the upgrade process, so that if something goes wrong, you can also always have a backup of your database. And you may also want to maintain like a detailed playbook during your upgrade process, so that you can document all the steps that you've taken, and issues that you encounter, and what are the solutions to those problems, so that when it's time to perform the upgrade on a production system, you can refer to this playbook and follow it step by step. And something very important is that you would want to make sure that you run the verify process ahead of time before you attempt an upgrade. The verify process checks for your database tables for integrity, making sure that your data is in good shape. This will prevent problems later on in the upgrade process that prevents the upgrades to complete successfully. And we're going to talk about this a little bit more later on. And you also want to obtain new licenses for your portal. If you're on 6.0, then you probably want to obtain the licenses for 6.2. And you can contact Liferay support for that and just file a ticket, and their Liferay support will provide you with the latest licenses. And you want to download the latest version of Liferay 6.2 EE, and along with all the latest security and fixed packs. The reason for this is there might be problems or bugs that are discovered after the first release of Liferay 6.2 that might be impacting the upgrade process. So chances are some issues with upgrade might have already been fixed, and fixed packs already available. So you want to stay current with your Liferay portal to minimize issues with the upgrade. And of course, you want to upgrade your custom plugins, making sure that they work with the latest version of Liferay before you want to upgrade your database. And we will talk about that a little bit more later on. So to run verify process, what you need to do is in your portal ext properties set the verify.frequency properties to equal to 1, and you will start your server. And what will happen is Liferay will start verifying your database tables for integrity and making sure that they're in good shape. And if this process fails, take a note of the last verify process that was showing in the server log, and you will have to restore your database table from your latest backups before you try to attempt the verify process again. But note the error that is shown in the server log and see if you can fix the problems yourself. A lot of times, this is due to data issues. Your data integrity is not in good shape in the database tables, and if you can fix it yourself, before attempting, that will be great. But if not, if you're EE customers, you can always contact Liferay support for help. Just provide information that you have in your server log. And some version-specific preparation. And if you're on a version below 6.0, you want to make sure that you are upgraded to security or permission algorithms 6 before going forward with the upgrade, because starting with 6.2, Liferay 6.1 and 6.2, permission algorithm 6 is the only permission algorithm supported. So for example, if you're on permission algorithm 5, if you're running on Liferay portal 5.2, for example, you want to upgrade your permission algorithm first before upgrading to Liferay 6.2. And also, if you're on 6.0, if your images are stored in image gallery, you want to migrate those images to documents and media, because starting in 6.1, image gallery is no longer used, and all your images will be stored in documents and media. So as we said earlier, if you're on 6.0, you want to migrate your image gallery to documents and media. And if you happen to be using a permission algorithm below 6, you will want to perform an upgrade as well on 6.0. And if you're on 5.2 or earlier, you want to make sure that you're on permission algorithm 5 first, and then you want to perform an upgrade to 6.0, and then you want to do an upgrade of permission algorithm to 6, and migrating your image gallery to documents and media. So there are a few more steps if you're on an older version of Liferay. So to migrate to permission algorithm 6, you go to Control Panel, to go to Server Administration. There's a section called Data Migration, and you want to check the box that says Generate Custom Roles, and you want to execute the process. When you're prompted, you want to restart your server, and in portal.ext property, you want to make sure that the permissions user check algorithm 6 set to 6, and want to verify that your roles and your permissions are functioning properly as before, and then you want to back up your database once more, just so that you have you don't have to start with if you in case the upgrade process failed, you don't have to start this all over again. And migrating image gallery to documents and media, you want to set one of these image hook info properties in portal.ext properties before you start the upgrade process. Depending on which one you're using, either it's a database hook, DL hook, or file system hook, depending on which one that you're using, you would only set one of these. And by default, Liferay 6.0 uses the file system hook. So if you did not change it from the default, chances are you're probably using the file system hook. And very important, on the machine that you're performing the Liferay upgrade, you want to make sure that you have lots of RAM, lots of CPU power, because the verify process, the permission algorithm migration process, and the upgrade process are very resource intensive. So you want to have a very robust machine to perform these jobs so that this process will go faster. And you have two choices when it comes to upgrading Liferay. You can choose to upgrade a bundle, or you can choose to upgrade manually by dropping the application WAR file in your application server. To upgrade a bundle, first you'll go to your customer portal in Liferay on Liferay.com, download Liferay 6.2 bundle to the appropriate location on your system, and copy your portal.ext properties and your data folder to the new bundle. And you want to review your portal.ext properties and making sure that you're using permission algorithm 6. And that's permission algorithm 6, the default permission algorithm to use in Liferay 6.2. And you want to, if you're migrating from images to documents and media, you also want to set the image hook info. By default, in Liferay 6.2, this property is commented out because it's no longer used. And you will also want to review the new defaults for portal properties in Liferay 6.2 because they may have changed over from version to versions. And you want to review all the portal properties modifications that you have made to make sure that you still want to keep those, or if the names has changed in Liferay 6.2, you want to make those changes accordingly as well. Given that you have already done all your preparation work, and you're ready to start the upgrade, and you can start the application server, and you want to monitor your server logs throughout the entire upgrade process. And if the upgrade completes, you'll want to install all the Liferay plugins that you obtain from Marketplace, all the custom plugins that you should have been upgraded to 6.2 already, so that making sure those plugins are upgraded to 6.2, so by the time that you need to start the application server, that they are available. And later on, we will talk about upgrading those custom plugins. Once the upgrade is completed, you want to verify that everything is working properly. You want to smoke test your Liferay portal, making sure that no issues are found. And when you're comfortable, you can now delete or you can archive the old application server. To upgrade manually, sometimes depending on your environment and depending on the access that you have on the environment, you might not be able to upgrade the bundle. So in this case, you may want to upgrade manually by obtaining the Liferay portal WAR file from customer portal and all the dependency jars, and you want to copy those over to your application server. And before you do that, you want to make sure that the application server that you are using or going to use is going to be supported by Liferay 6.2. If you log into your customer portal, you'll find the support matrix for 6.2 EE. Liferay supports a variety of application server and database and operating systems. If you want to make sure that the application server that you use is on this list. Once you verify that your application server is supported and you obtain the Liferay portal WAR file and all the dependency jars, you want to copy over your portal.exe properties to a safe place, review all the property changes that you have made, and make any changes as necessary that are compatible with 6.2. And you want to undeploy the old version of Liferay from your application server and shut down your application server. Then you want to copy over all the Liferay dependency jars to the appropriate location on your application's class path, overwriting the ones that you have for the old version of Liferay, and copy over the Liferay WAR file to your application server. Start your application server, monitor the logs as we did before with when we upgrade the bundle. When the upgrade completes, deploy the plugins, the Liferay plugins, custom plugins, smoke test your portal, making sure things are working fine, and when you're comfortable, you can archive the old application server. So some general guidelines. Always test in a non-production environment first. You don't want to attempt your upgrade in a production environment from the very beginning. Chances are if your upgrade process fails, you can always take down your environment, restore your database, and start from scratch again. But you don't want to do that on a production environment. And start from your production data so that when you run the verify process, you're running it against production data. So if there are any data integrity problems, they will be discovered ahead of time, versus when if you're using like data from 2 years ago in your test environment that does not reflect what you have in production. The upgrade process works fine in your test environment, and when it's time to do that process in the production environment, you might discover new problems. So always start from your production data. And you want to make sure that your portal is updated with the latest fix packs and updates to minimize Liferay bugs and issues, and making sure that they are fixed before you attempt the upgrade. Back up your databases, run the verify process to check for data integrity, perform all the version-specific preparation tasks, review portal property changes, obtain the new version of Liferay plugins, and obtain a new version of Liferay SDK so that you can build, update, build, and test your custom plugins. Make sure that you monitor your logs during an upgrade, and if an upgrade fails, do not attempt the upgrade. Do not attempt the upgrade again on the same database, because the database tables probably are not in good shape anymore, and you want to fix those issues and restore your database tables from your backup copies, and then before you attempt the upgrade again. So if your upgrade process failed, you want to review in your log what was the last upgrade process that was performed and that did not perform successfully. If you can fix the issues yourself, that would be great. But if not, you can still file a ticket with Liferay support. They're there for help. They're there to help. You can make sure that you provide them with the server log that you have, and provide any information that you have with them, and they will be happy to assist you. And to upgrade the custom plugins, that you will want to download the latest version of the plugin SDK for Liferay 6.2 EE, and you want to create new plugin projects from using the new plugin SDK, copy over the source code of your custom plugin to new plugin projects. Make sure you want to update the document type definition references to the appropriate versions. These are such as the Liferay hook XML. You want that file to reference the Liferay 6.2 version, not like some older version of document type definitions. You also want to see any errors that are indicated in the Developer Studio. From version to version, there could be Liferay API changes that Liferay deprecated or removed completely. You want to make sure that the API calls that you were making earlier upgraded to the new versions in Liferay. Correct any errors. If you use Liferay Service Builder to generate custom services, you want to run Service Builder again. Finally, you want to review all the plugins and making sure that they can build properly. And some best practices, you want to review your exe plugins. If you have exe plugins used, you want to review them again and see if they are still needed in Liferay 6.2. Chances are the customization that required you to use an exe plugin might be supported by a hook in the latest version of Liferay. For example, services, you can, starting with Liferay 6.0, you can customize Liferay services using a hook, and in starting with Liferay 6.1, you can extend struts actions using a hook. So exe plugins are no longer needed for those types of customization. In that case, if you use an exe plugin for those purposes, you might not even need the exe plugin at all. Then that means you don't even have to bother upgrading those. And you also want to review your hook plugins and see if you still need those hook plugins, because again, features that are new features provided in 6.2 might provide a need that might satisfy your requirements, so that your hook plugins might not be needed anymore. An example would be the application display template feature that is introduced in Liferay 6.2. You can customize the look and feel of some Liferay out-of-the-box portlets, such as the as a publisher. So if you customize as a publisher using a hook, just because you need a different look and feel, you might want to look into application display template in Liferay 6.2. If it suits your needs, you might not even need the hooks. And in your custom plugins, if you use Alloy UI, if you're aware that Liferay in 6.2 is now integrated with Bootstrap. There are a lot of changes with Alloy UI. We're now using Alloy UI 2.0. Some of the changes, such as the removing the AUI prefixes from all the CSS classes. Some Alloy UI modules are deprecated, and CSS classes, they are replaced with some Bootstrap equivalents, and some icons are removed, and some Bootstrap icons are used instead. So these are some of the changes that are done in 6.2. You will want to upgrade your custom plugins accordingly for those changes. And luckily, Liferay provided an Alloy UI upgrade tool, and is also well documented in Liferay.com's documentation section, and you can take a look at that yourself. And the upgrade tool is available in GitHub, and along with detailed documentations on how to run them. And that's it for the presentations. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at iieong@dunsolutions.com. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. At this time, I'll hand it over back to Laurie.
Yes, thank you for sharing all that very helpful information. We did receive a few questions throughout the presentation, so let me know if when I ask it, if you're ready to answer it now, or if you'd prefer to follow up via email. So toward the beginning, someone was wondering if sandboxing is a beta feature for Liferay.
I think it is out of beta already, and it's the sandboxing plugin is available for download in the Liferay marketplace.
Excellent, thank you. Also, is it now possible to point a 6.2 instance to a 6.0 database to update?
Yes.
Right. And is it possible to upgrade custom plugins before a database upgrade?
Definitely.
All right. All right, excellent. So I think that covers it for now. Should any of you have follow-up questions or be interested in assistance with your own migration or upgrade, please feel free to reach out to us. The address is on the screen. I will be sharing a link to the recording along with the PowerPoint sometime next week. I thank you all for joining us. Do keep an eye out on our application development blog. We frequently post helpful tips and items on Liferay, among other topics of interest to many of you. And we look forward to seeing you at our next webinar. Thank you, everyone. Take care.